Hey everyone! The video you're about to watch is a VOD from yesterday's stream. I started a weekly lore show. So far it seems like it's going to be Tuesday mornings around 10 AM Paris time, but the day and time can still change. Also, I need a name for this show. It seems like it's going to be The Lore Talk, but I'm open to any ideas. Also remember that this was recorded yesterday, so it was before the Swain reveal popped up. But it is funny to see that we still predicted some of his features. So with that said, enjoy the show. Another thing I want to talk about, let's bring up my list again. Alright, let's get into news. Now, I want to do, hold on, with this new UI, let's get onto the news. So I want to hide the video, there we go. Now, I want to bring up, we'll do all props go to surrender at 20. Alright, let start, what should we start with? Alright, no, let's start with the two videos. Let's start with what everyone is waiting for. Let's start with Swain and the climb. Alright, let's bring up Swain, which means I need to stop my music right there. And where is this, my Swain video? Swain? Now, how's the volume? Probably really low. This should be better, right? But you can't see the video yet, obviously, because I need to pop it in here. Flip. There we go. I mean, you'll only see a part of it, but hold on, I can just make it smaller in here, just so you see what I see. There we go. So let's break down what's happening in this video, right? So, way more volume. Blip.
I have the vision to see what others cannot.
That should be
the monsters
better.
Of today will be the heroes of tomorrow, and by my hand will Noxus rise once more.
So, alright, still very soft. Let me just bring it up like blip. Let me bring it up a lot. Just so you
will be the heroes of
First
tomorrow.
of all, let's start. Alright. So we got Swain.
I have the vision to see what others
the room he's in. I think those can't be. Whoa, that's a good question. What is this? What is the room he's in? Because as the shot goes in, this reveals the Immortal Bastion. Stop. Yep. Nope. It just interrupted. Alright. What do you see in the background is the Immortal Bastion, aka Noxus. Now, he is on a balcony somewhere in front of the city. I'll just pop it here so I see it myself. And I see, what do you see? I think it's still part of the city.
And by my hand
you can see, I like how you can see the smoke down here, because those are the blacksmith quarters. Where like Raven's blade was forged, stuff like that. Now, the obvious elephant in the room. Let's get on that. So, what you see here is his new raven form. However, it doesn't really look like a raven, does it? To me, this looks very demon-like. Obviously very blood magic-like. And with a potential Darkin in there, because this looks... those are demon wings. And although the Darkin are technically not demons, they are called demons, but they are not the demons from Runeterra that we know. Two possible outcomes happened here. Either because Rast was in Noxus the scythe was held there. So either Swain used that scythe before it was stolen by Kane. Before it was stolen, he could have siphoned the magic it offered, and that's where he got the blood magic from. Now, the funny thing is that he also has Vastayan blood in him, because Vastaya apparently gave him, willingly, some of their power. That's why he can transform into Raven. Now, if you combine the Darkin and the Raven, you see that Swain suddenly has two different kinds of power. So, what I think is happening is that Swain is trying to be like the ultimate mage. It seems like he is really siphoning all the different kinds of magic into his body. That's what I got from this so far. The other thing that could be possible is that Swain could have absorbed the Darkin all by himself, which means that there would be another Darkin that we don't know about. And I don't think that would be, it would have to do anything with like the sister that Varus said in his story, you know. But that is also a possible outcome. However, the more possible thing that I believe is that Swain is just collecting all the different kinds of magic. Which means that he could also be now going for Rise, because rune magic is also really powerful. So that is one of the possible outcomes of his story. Who called it the lightning? Someone said red lightning. Living bookshelf. Why does he have red lightning? That's because of the blood magic. Noxus is an obvious source of blood magic, as we learned from, well, mainly from Cyan's story, because Cyan was resurrected with blood magic. So Swain definitely has used and will use blood magic together with the Black Rose. Now the question is, what role will Vladimir play in this? Because we know that Swain will get a full-on, I would say, major story, because it seems like Swain has a plan of conquering more land, because that's, you know, according to the map, the Medarda map, which was released I don't know when, we will see that story continued. So let me quickly just read some of the thoughts we got in the chat. I think Vladimir will be part of this. I think Vladimir is like the main. I think he's like the Singed of Noxus. He's the guy who's experimenting with the blood magic. That's why he's called the Hemomancer, most likely. I don't think he'll be related to the Darkin, because he's already Vastayan blood and blah 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 blah. I understand that it would confuse people if he had both Vastayan magic and blood magic, but it would play into the fact that he might be trying to be the ultimate mage. I think that is possibly the truth. Oh, that's also a good point. Birds 7. Maybe Swain will get magic absorption skill because of the siphon magic. That would be a clever tie, because his old ultimate was basically siphoning life. He could be siphoning the blood magic. That's a good one. It does look like Morgana wings. I don't think when they bring in Kale and Morgana, I don't think that they would actually tie them together. Because he's still a Raven, but like, hold on. It just doesn't feel like a Raven, does it?
The monsters of today will be the heroes of tomorrow.
Gets a couple of Ravens.
And will Noxus rise once more.
Also, I'll keep the logo, this one here, just for a moment. Someone called out Adgot one. Beatrice. Let's have a moment for Beatrice. The one character we all loved, but that is nowhere to be found in any of his teasers, in any of his parts. I think Beatrice could be turned into something else. I don't think she'll be his main Raven. What I think, hold on, oh my god, oh my god. What I think, if I was the writer of Swain's story, what I would have done to Beatrice is that I would definitely turn her into a Vastaya, like a female Vastaya, someone who will like really be helpful and stuff like that to Swain, you know, really a nice guy. And suddenly, Swain absorbs her. That's how he gets the Vastayan blood. That would be a really clever way of tying those two together. If Beatrice was a Vastayan and he absorbed her powers, that way Beatrice would still be the source of his Raven magic thing. That would be clever. And if that happens to be the truth, I called it out first. But yeah. Beatrice Demon. Is that actually a theory? Because I don't think Beatrice would be a demon, because demons usually try to be human-like so they can blend in and assassinate their targets. I don't think a demon would have a reason to turn into a raven. No, I don't think Beatrice would be a demon. Because demon has nothing to do with blood magic in the first place. And Vastayan are not demons. So yeah. Exactly, Tom Kench is a catfish who's... he is still a humanoid. That's the important part. When he approaches people, he doesn't start like cawing insanely like a raven. So he can still approach people, he can still persuade them into believing him, and then he eats them. You know, that's what demons do. But yeah, blood magic, who said it? Oma Runewood? Runda, I'm sorry for screwing up your name. But yeah, blood magic is related to the Darkin. So, and blood magic has nothing to do with demons. So, on that fact alone, I doubt Beatrice can be a demon. I highly doubt that. Although she has 6 eyes, or she used to have 6 eyes. But now, the thing that you see in front of you, this thing, this is something that was called out on the subreddit, on the League subreddit, quite a while ago, and I absolutely agree with what the guy wrote about it. This is definitely a one of the Darkin. Now, I don't think this would be Rust specifically. I think this is just in general. This is what the Darkin look like, and I absolutely believe that Noxus is using the Darkin logo because during the Darkin War, Noxus was most likely one of the cities, or the Immortal Bastion was probably one of the... Or actually, hold on. Was the Immortal Bastion standing by the time Darkin got here? Because the Immortal Bastion was built by Mordekaiser very long time ago. That must have been before the rise of Shurima. Because Shurima was very slowly conquering all the world, and then it stopped. So, Mordekaiser built the Immortal Bastion. Now, then the Immortal Bastion could be stolen, or I mean, Mordekaiser would be beaten by the armies of the world. Then Shurima rose. Shurima fell. after the ruination of not the ruination, but Zerath destroyed Shurima. Then the Darkin invasion came. Shurima was rebuilt. So by the time the Darkin came to Runeterra, the Noxus was standing alone, not as Immortal Bastion. So this logo would have to be built in after the fact that the Darkin came. Because originally, what I thought at the beginning is that Mordekaiser built the Immortal Bastion in the image of the Darkin. And that can't be possible, because Mordekaiser was alive before the Darkin came here. So, Noxus couldn't have been built after the Darkin War. It was before that, because it was Immortal Bastion, before it was Noxus. So they could have just used the logo after they conquered the Darkin. I still believe that Noxus was one of the cities that played a huge part in the conquering of the Darkin. So, with all that, if we go all the way back and we suddenly put all that together, this is definitely a Darkin inspired logo, because Noxus is the main source of blood magic. It is probably the only source of blood magic right now, or the active source of blood magic, because it still had the well, as it was in my theory video, or whatever the source of blood magic that revived Scion was. Whatever that is still active. So this absolutely makes sense. Now, no, the Darkins weren't around before the Shurima fell, for one fact. We know that because if you put everything together, in Varys' lore in the comic, there was one line, and hold on, there was one line, and that line said that, hold on, what did it say? I think it said that Varys remembers this place as ruins, and you know, like all the toppled statues and stuff like that. Just when he arrived in Shurima, he basically remembered it as ruins, which means that when the first invasion came and Varys was there, he saw Shurima already ruined, which means it was after it fell. The reason why he was surprised that Shurima looked differently is because Azir rose the city up. He rebuilt the city with his magic, and suddenly Varys didn't recognize it because he knew it as the ruins. He didn't know it as the city it is now. Because now Shurima is standing again. So, putting that together, we know that the invasion happened after Zerath and Renekton and stuff like that happened. So yeah. Is there a reason to believe the connection between blood magic and the Black Rose? Yes, there is, because the Black Rose revived Scion using the blood magic. So the Black Rose is definitely the main company fiddling with blood magic. Absolutely. New theory, Azir is Beatrice. Ha. I mean, if there was blood magic included, sure. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. What if Noxus had a Darken held captive? They did held a Darken captive. They held Rast. Because Rast was in Noxus. So yeah, I really believe that. I believe that they basically drained Rast and they used him. Or possibly other Darkin. There is the possibility that there was one more Darkin held there. Yeah. Blood magic awoke Azir. You know, I don't think it did. Although it could. Because Azir, Yes, he was near the well. It would absolutely work with my theory that the well in Shurima is one of the blood wells. He was. What am I saying? He was resurrected by blood magic. Because when Sivir got cut down, that was definitely blood magic, yeah. Because I was about to say that the ascension that that comes down from the sun magic, stuff like that, from Targon, basically. Or we don't know it's Targon, but I highly doubt it's not Targon, because the power of the sun disk literally comes down from the sun, which is basically Targon. So for a second I thought maybe it's a combined effort of the two kinds of magic, but no, that is... If anything, blood magic was definitely included there. The Darkin were sealed as weapons, but the weapons were held in different places. You know, Varus was held in Ionia, Rast was held in Noxus. There are theories that other people were held in other places. I still think Aatrox could be somewhere in Freljord, although he has traces all around the world. But that doesn't mean that you can't siphon their powers. Especially since Noxus didn't really lock the weapon away, because the weapon was freely roaming around Noxus. Because, you know, in the story of Kain, he basically stole the weapon from someone who was already just carrying it around. So Noxus didn't lock the weapon away, which means that they could have fiddled with the magic. So that is... Jesus, we have 160 viewers. I'm not used to this. That is a possibility. Let me go through this video one more time, just in case I notice something.
I have the vision to see what others cannot.
Hold on.
The monsters.
Does he have a wooden leg? His right leg, from our point of view. Is it a stump or not?
To see what others cannot.
It looks very stumpy. And do you know who else has a stump instead of his leg? Sion. By the way, you can see the crest that was teased on his back right here.
And will Noxus rise.
Also, I believe that Swain could be on PBE, or people called it out. Swain could be on PBE later today, actually. Hold on. Also, I like that he's keeping his dreads, his old hairstyle. It's only like half of him. Because let's look at this artistically. Because when people are or when Riot is creating these cinematics, the art is always following the theme of what's happening here. So
once more.
He's using one hand. Artistically, this could be because of two reasons. If you wanted to make a really powerful character, he would use both hands. You know, as like being the all-powerful whoever there is in Noxus. The other artistic reason could be that he could be using one hand because he is basically the one above everyone else. It's like an ego thing, if it makes sense. That's why he could be using one hand. The last reason, which I think is possible, is because he is combining different forms of magic. His hand, the blood magic, the Darken infused hand, could be just one half of him. Only one half of his body, similar to... Or hold on. You know who else? You know who else has only one hand? Holy crap, hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I just realized who else has one hand. I just realized who else has one hand. Huh, and it is also his left hand, might I add. So, what I would get from this, oops, sorry for bumping the microphone. If you look at them, hold on, no, it hit. I'll cover myself for a second, and I like stop it here, right here. Both of them could be half corrupted with blood magic. That is possible. Which means this is getting really close to Swain being connected to the Darkin in a way that he's corrupted by them. That is possible. That is a possibility. I also like just the fact, hold on, just like that. I like how when he casts the blood magic, the blood nova explodes, the wings go out. And I like how he doesn't even have his arms in his sleeves. So he looks like a godfather, really. I really like that. You can see them flopping in the wind.
Rise once more.
It's just so good. It's just so good. And it was the lead narrative editor, whose name I forgot. I feel awful. I believe he worked on Swain, so there will be a lot of like canon stuff happening there, which I am excited about. Let me quickly go through what you think again. Did he dispel rust from his body? I don't think so, because if he dispelled rust from his body, he wouldn't have corrupted hand. I think the corruption on his hand exists because a Darkin is infused. Whoa! That would mean that he would have to absorb? Would he really absorb one of the Darkin we don't know about? Would he really be that powerful? Would that be the reason why the Noxian invasion happened in the first place? Because we don't know, that is one thing. We don't know why the Noxian invasion happened. There has never been a mention of why that is, because Noxus wouldn't have a reason to go there. We know it is a magical, powerful place. We know that. But conquering that land wouldn't give them any like physical advantage in having like a sea island. So the Noxian invasion happened because there must have been a goal. And the goal for Swain could have been that, hold on, I'm thinking if Swain was the leader while the invasion happened. We know that Swain became the leader after Urgot got thrown into Zone. And I don't remember the details in Urgot's story, so I don't know when that was exactly. Aha! But if Swain was the leader, while I noticed we have 175 viewers, which I am not used to. But yeah, if Swain was the leader, he ordered the invasion, so he went there for a reason. He went there to get Vastayan magic, and Vastayan magic because Vastayan magic is all about basically being one with the magic, like absorbing stuff, transforming into stuff, shape-shifting, stuff like that. That magic could be what turned or gave Swain the ability to absorb and become one with the Darkin. That would be an amazing twist if the reason why the invasion happened was because Swain wanted the power to be able to control the Darkin. That would be glorious. I think that Vastine magic and blood magic, absolutely. I think that together they are basically a new breed of magic. Now I'm thinking, does it have to do anything with the message that Zoe was about to carry in? Because apparently a cataclysm is happening, and when cataclysm is happening, a great change is happening, and a great change could be one of many things. It could be the Darkin, which I doubt. By the way, if you know my theory, I think the Darkin basically invaded from another world. I think their world was dying. That's why they came here. But we thought they were threatening us, so we killed them all. Or I say we, I mean Runeterrans. I don't think so. I'm not sure if the Darkin would return. Because with that said, that means that the Darkin world is probably destroyed by now, and I believe that's because of the Void. So ultimately, the Cataclysm is probably the Void. And here is one more last thing that we need to talk about regarding this teaser. In this teaser, or not in this teaser, in the teaser previously, it was said that Swain thinks that the enemy is coming from within. Would that be the blood magic? Would that be the Darkin magic that is within Noxus? Would that be what's corrupting the area? Would that be what is making Noxians power hungry? The wells, exactly. Now, we don't know a lot about that. That is one thing that I can't really be certain. Because yes, jinxed, traders, that's a possibility. Black Rose, I don't think he would consider Black Rose as the enemy. I think everyone in the Black Rose is power hungry. That is for certain. But I don't know. I don't think he would call them really like enemies. They are selfish, but they don't go against each other, as in to ruin the Black Rose. Because the Black Rose is an organization of Cassiopeia, LeBlanc, Swain, Vladimir, and I think Elise. Yeah, Elise. And I think that's it. There's also the Darkwill family, which was like only mentioned few times in the story. You know, the Darkwill being the main warlock who was really into blood magic. And I think Darkwill was actually the leader of Noxus before Swain. Which means if Darkwill was the one fiddling with blood magic and Swain killed him, that's where he could have gotten the magic from. If Swain killed Darkwill, who was already infused with blood magic, Swain could have gotten the blood magic without being corrupted by a Darkin. That's a plot twist. That's a plot twist. Because he could have killed... No, hold on. Wouldn't that release the Darkin? If he killed someone infused with a Darkin, I don't think he would absorb. But he can absorb because he had the Vastine magic. God dang it! So many plot twists. So... I think that would still release... That would release the Darkin, which would release Rast, and they would then have to seal Rast. That's why he's in the Scythe. That is also a possibility. They could kill them by siphoning their power. That is true. I don't think Aatrox has to do anything with this. My shoulder hurts. Because Aatrox is whole, as in entire. Because Aatrox doesn't have any sign of being like half corrupted. It seems like he's pure. No one really fiddled with him. He's the one who fiddled with other people. Although he fell in battle, so he was sealed, but no one carried him. It seems like he freed himself. He is roaming free. So yeah, that is all we really know about Swain. There was like a half an hour talk about Swain. That's all we talked about. But yeah, that is possible. That just Swain is purely bound to the Darkin. He may not be corrupted by them or by him, by one of them. But yeah, and Darkin, I believe, can free themselves because I think it was Leo Carvalho in the behind the scenes on Varus. He mentioned, and it was a really brief mention, and like no one really talked about that. He said that the Darkin was, or in that case Varus, was slowly like absorbing the souls around him, and he was slowly growing powerful until the two dropped in and he was freed. Or freed, because he's sharing the body. So I think that the Darkin can just absorb the dead souls of its surroundings until he is powerful enough to just break free. And I think that's what Aatrox did. Another plot twist. Aatrox, if he broke free, he could have broken free during the War of the Three Sisters. Because a lot of people died there and they fought in the Holding Abyss. And it is theorized that behind the Holding Abyss, behind the gate, where Ornn is, in that area, in basically, you know, that whole place, there is the blood well that held Aatrox. And if a lot of people died there, he could have absorbed their souls, which means that could have been how he freed himself. So yeah. What if he was never sealed? I think he was sealed because in Varus' story it was mentioned that Aatrox fell in battle. And when Aatrox fell, then the Darkin were basically screwed because he was a really powerful commander. So yeah, that's pretty much all we got for Swain. I really wanna see. I think that Swain will get an update. I mean, full-on update with story and everything. The interactions will play a huge part in there. Aatrox will most likely follow because Aatrox being a Darkin, Noxus being bound to the Darkin. I believe he's gonna get an update soon too. So yeah, those two will arrive soonish. So yeah, now let's open up the second video. Let's open up the second video I want to talk about. Let's talk about. Does it? No, it's now small. Now it's big. Is the volume low? Is the volume okay? Because let's talk about this. I want to talk about how awesome the climb is because there are so many lore references. Volume sucks. On it. I'll make it. I mean, the volume doesn't really matter that much. What matters is that we talk about it. First of all, the cosplayers must love this scene because the cosplayers now have a perfect reference of Yasuo's armor. I like the Ionian thingy. Flute. Hold on, let me... also, if you have to go, good night. I absolutely understand that the time isn't ideal for streaming. So, I'll see you another time then. Up. Nope. Wait, Yasuo. Alright. Yeah, I'll explain every scene. And there is one scene, this is a behind the scenes, on my next video. I'm writing a script. for a video that is based on this cinematic. So, Ionian Flute, ironically, similar to what we saw in the Darkin teaser on Aatrox, on the old Aatrox. I like that this is a scene where the Ionian, I don't want to say government. It's just the Vuju. I don't even think it's Vuju hunters. It's just basically the police of Ionia trying to kill Yasuo. I like that it's just a whole army now, and they are just sick of him. Even though Yasuo did nothing wrong. Alright, perfect transition into Talia. Talia going onto what we see in the back, Nashorame. It's not Shurima. It is Nashorame. It's the city where the Bloodline ended, I believe. Because Bloodline ended with Zerath sieging the city. So Talia is... I don't know why she's going specifically there, because I know that Talia was going after Azir, because she wanted to free the slaves. So... I mean, hold on. It is important to note this. To note that Nashorame is a coastal city, which means there it was. Which means that there is most likely a sea behind it. The lightnings that come in are absolutely Zerath lightnings. His ultimate. I love the sound. Nothing more to be said here. Typical Ionian close. Wait, what was that? Was that just a pillar? No. Or was that the tower? That's not the time tower, is it? Where Zillion is? No, that's just a rock. I think. Yeah, it must be. Unless it's Targon, because that's what Targon looks like. And it was huge. But no, alright. This is what my next video is based on. Hold on, let me look. Alright. Let's talk about how Ekko's time walking thingy works. Because this is just alright. I am not a physician, but I love to fiddle with quantum physics. And there are two things in Runeterra that can and can't be explained. When you have magic, magic cannot be explained. Magic is its own separate thing. You can't really do anything with that. Magic can do whatever it wants because it's magic. Someone invents a spell, that spell does something. It works because of magic. Science is science because science can be explained. Now, throwing lightning bolts and stuff like that, that's magic. Inventions that rewind time, which, although, you know, time doesn't really exist, but rewinding time, that is science, that is physics. So, how Ekko works is that Ekko is working on the theory of infinite universes, meaning that every time you do something and in other reality you would do something else, the reality is split. For example, in one reality, right now, I would lift my mug, and in another reality, I would rise my fidget spinner. In those two realities would be separated. What Ekko does is that every time he is using his invention, he is splitting the reality into two different realities. And that invention, basically in a certain radius, it creates a bubble where those two realities interlace, and those two realities are in one place at a single time. Which means, every time he dies and he rewinds, he basically created a copy of himself that he let die. So every time he splits because something went wrong, he actually killed himself. Right? So he killed himself in another reality thousands of times. What happens here? Alright, let's see. You can see two separate realities. There is a guy in the back who shot a poison, which, hold on, let me show you. That poison melted through that metal. Absolutely destroyed. If you rewind that again, that same chemical poison just hit that previous Ekko in his leg. Ekko just split himself, and he let the other copy of himself die in agony. In serious agony, his flesh melting off, his foot falling off. That is something insane. And what's even more insane is that the real Ekko will never realize that's happening. Because the real Ekko never... I mean, he never took that much damage. He never was in that much pain because he always let his other copy take all the pain. If you think about that, how morally awful must Ekko be? He is killing himself without feeling the pain, but his other self from another reality is taking all the pain, and he is constantly in agony. If you think about that, like watch. That poison obviously just like destroyed. By the way, I love this Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank and Ekko. I love how everything follows the lore perfectly. Ekko and Blitz being the good guys of Zone. Now, again, he freezes time, which means that he didn't bring in another reality. He stopped the other reality. Again, two realities interlaced in one. Stuff happens. He's being shot. The other guy is away from the bubble. By the way, this is what his E looks like. If you didn't realize, this is what his E does. When you throw out his E, the bubble creates that slows time, which means the reality in that bubble is just slowed because there is one reality. The moment he steps in, he is from another reality. The original reality. Once those two interlace, suddenly, bada bim, bada boom, you got two in one again. Oh, it's W. Sorry, E is there. Sorry. Yeah, it's definitely W. When he steps in, those two realities collide. Two realities are in one. One of them stops. So that's how the stun works. Is he just what is the Blitzcrank doing? Is he just waving? Is he like, hello? Is he holding something? What is that? He threw something away. What is that? Like this. It's falling. What is that? What is that? It could be just a light in the background. No, it's falling. Huh. I don't know what that is. That's something he's holding. Anyway, Ekko's falling. Guess what he's gonna do? Oh no, he's gonna rewind. His other self just got, like, seriously sliced and diced by the glass. But don't worry. His real self is fine. What a butthole. That is just, I mean, quantum theory says that, or not quantum, I don't think that's quantum theory, but it is quantum physics, because all realities only exist once you check them, if that makes sense. That's how quantum physics work. So Ekko is working on quantum physics, and he is pretty much an asshole. He's just killing himself. I like this. I like this scene for 3 reasons. There are two different storylines that this scene is following. First of all, I love that this is the captain head. This is Captain Fortune technically. She fell. I think the ship that Ilawi destroyed, that could be her main ship. Hold on, was it? I think it was somewhere. It is there. It's just like, it's holding it. And choking it. Yeah, the ship. The ship could be Misfortune's. Or it most likely is. Which means Ilawi finally sided with Gangplank. The reason why Ilawi didn't side with Gangplank at first, and why she was somewhat friendly with Misfortune, is because the Shadow Isles thingy, the harrowing was coming. And the harrowing is basically time when all of Bilgewater is standing together because they need to fight back the undead. And Ilawi and Nagakeburos are the main factors in that war. So they are the ones repelling the undead. So now that the harrowing is gone, Ilawi can finally side with Gangplank, she can turn on Misfortune, and that's what happened here. So I love how the undead are here transitioning into the next scene, because the undead here are part of both the Lucian story and the Misfortune story. Because the undead are from the harrowing, which means that is a transition between 2 stories that are interlaced. Because Lucian is a friend with Misfortune, because that was in the I didn't even cover that story yet, did I? I still need to cover that story. The Shadow and Fortune. I still haven't covered that story. Hold on, what does he have on his belt? What does he have on his belt? What are you hiding? An illusion! What are you hiding? What is that? What is that on his belt? What is that? What is that? That looks very... Hold on. That is a... wife toys? What is that though? Because his guns, obviously we know the story of his guns, stuff like that. He's from Demacia. Let's say like Demacian Monster Hunter stuff. But what is that? That's a symbol of something. Is that the sewing kit? That he's like sewing the eyes and mouth shut of the undead, but I doubt it. No, that isn't a vial, is it? I mean, the thing on the right, this like looks maybe like a vial, but I don't think it is. Because this is like a symbol. It has a like a glass here, an arrow, and like two shapes. Could this be the monster? Because it looks like an arrow and a crossbow. Could that be the symbol of like the Vane's hunting thingy? Because Vane is also a monster hunter. And they are both from Demacia. That could be. Anyway, I really like this scene because hold on. Did we get another view of that just quickly? This entire place, or is it a vial? Is it a vial? If it is, whoa. I don't know. I think like this is like teasing something. What is that? But this scene is taking place where the ruination happened. This is the this is where the ruination happened. This is where the king, what's his name? The ruined king. This is where his wife exploded. We know this because, can I find the image quickly? Some people doubted me. I have a proof that this is the place where the ruination happened. Can I? Let me quickly. I'll sneeze. Oh no! By the way, this is my dose of coffee. Do I have that? Shadow Isles. I need to look into my Shadow Isles folder. Or maybe, Nation, Shadow Isles, Creator. I have so many images for my stories, it's insane. Hold on, I think I got it. No, that's another one. I'll just show you this one shortly. This is a similar image. This image is from the Shadow Isles. This is the city before the city became, you know, the... I don't even know if we have a name for that city. It's just the Blessed Isles. This is what the Blessed Isles looked like before, you know, angels and stuff like that. Although, angels! What do angels do there? Were the Blessed Isles connected to Kael and Morgana? The plot thickens. That is possible. Let me quickly find pictures. Let me find the proof. Is it in Hecarim's story? No, it's not in Hecarim's story. For some reason, I have all the stories like sorted by the champions, which was a bad idea. Mordekaiser, it could be in his story. Mordekaiser, nope, that's not Mordekaiser. Hold on, one more try. Give me a tiny bit of a second. Almost, maybe. No. Basically, if you go to the universe, I'll check if it is this last try. It could be in Bilgewater. If you go to the universe page, there is an image that has the name, or not the name. It is described. It has the little description underneath that. I'm still trying to find it. That it says that this is the crater where it all happened. But it seems like I can't find it. Nope. It's like maybe... Hold on. Ha! Found it. This is the crater. This is the crater where the ruination happened. And this is exactly the same thing we see in this story. Or in this cinematic event. So what I love is that we finally see this place in action. The question is, how did Lucian get there? How did Lucian get there? We don't know. Because I think he should be around the Bilgewater, and I doubt he would just go there to kill Thresh. Because Thresh is coming out with the Harrowing. And they met, you know, he showed him his wife's soul and stuff like that. So the clever thing for Lucian would be to just wait for Thresh to come out. So yeah, bada bim, bada boom, he's burning a bunch of things. Killing undead. Getting to the main portal, which is, you know, not like a literal magical portal, but hey, Thresh. Wait, can we see the symbol one more time? Oh, that's a clear view. That's a clear view. I still have no idea what that is. It must be just a symbol. Because I don't know what it is. Huh. That's the question. He wouldn't just go there to save his wife. He wouldn't risk it. And yes, there is definitely a crossbow, which I think it is just the insignia of Vayne's, like, hunting stuff. And I don't think it's a gun holster, because how would that work? And I think he has the gun holsters on his back, actually. On, like, the, you know, on the back at like his butt, kind of, I believe. Yeah. So, I think that's pretty much it for the cinematics. We explained the lore here. We explained what it is all about. Let me bring back our relaxing music of like Grizzly Hills. Where is it? Can I do? Oh, will it be too loud? Now let me just like have it low, because I know that the music is loud. Let me just slap it in there so we have a background again. Nope. Alright, now let's get on to some news, shall we? Let's get on to some news. I'll go just a tiny bit longer. I wanted this to be like an hour long, which it got an hour long in the end, so yeah. Let's quickly rush through some of the new stuff. All the props go to surrender at 20. Let's quickly, just so you know my opinion, let's play a game. Let us judge the new skins. Let's rate. Hold on. I can't see. If I do this, if I do this, hey, you can see that. Hey. There we go. You can see a little bit of pushing get ads just on the side. All right, let us judge the skins. All right, let's start with Gragas. This skin I really like. For some reason, I love like bulky armored champions. 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 6 out of 10. I would say. I would give this skin, because the barrel has its own like water and ice graphics, I would agree with you, chat, and I would give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. Alright, 8. It has a nuke. His ultimate is a nuke. It actually looks pretty awesome. So yeah. That's one of the skins that's coming. Zaya and Rakan. What do you think about these? What do you specifically? What do you think about his cloak? I thought so. Because I don't know. It looks weird, doesn't it? Because the cloak, they made there was an older version of this skin. I think KT Chaos on Twitter, she showed the two comparisons. The cloak is just blending in with the colors too much. It's not vivid, and I just don't like it. I'd give it, you know, Rakan. Let's judge them separately. And get you have hearts. Sure, I hate those shoulders. I hate your face. I hate that color scheme. White and like weird pink purple. I mean, like, alright, this is the roses are nice somewhat. This is just not for me. Rakan, you're getting 2.5 out of 10. Oh my god. It's a 1300 RP skin. You're getting 2 out of 10. You're getting 2 out of 10. Alright, Zaya. What do you think about Zaya? Because that is something else. Is it also 1300? Yeah, it is also 1300. That is better. That is better because there is a difference between having a white and a light pink and a dark and a like light red. This is an awesome color scheme. Loved it. I just noticed she has like a little slutty leg peeking. Can you see that on the? Oh, you can't see my cursor. She has a little slutty tattoo on her leg. All right. I don't know if it I don't know if it's worth 1300 though. I get why it is 1300. It's because a lot of spells are different, but I will agree with you, chat. Did she disappear here? Did she disappear on the middle one? But I agree with you. This is a solid 7 out of 10. You got a lot of 6s, a lot of 8s. This is a solid 7. It could be 8, but it is 1300, which I somewhat understand because there was a lot of spell effects, but yeah. If it was 900, then that would be a solid 9. But now let's talk about Nasus, all right? Let's talk about Nasus. Let's like, hold on. This is fine. This is good. Art is good. I like how you can see the purple things firing at him, which means that there is story included. I like his weapon. I like the axe, whatever that is. I like that. What I don't like is his color scheme. And I don't like the round thing around his head. If it was just like two ribbons floating in the air, perfect. I don't like that it's connected. But it is still very solid. Very solid. And like, this is nice. And of course, becoming Super Saiyan, which, fun fact, I have never seen Dragon Ball ever in my life. I know a lot about it just because, you know, I like research my memes. Doggy out of 10. That's a good that's a good rating. I really need to. I don't think I would watch Dragon Ball now though, because it is like the beginning is aimed at kids, and it just missed me. But I feel awful that I missed it. But I'm gonna give this skin 8 out of 10 with potential 9 that we will mention a bit later. But for now, it is 8 out of 10. Alright? 8 out of 10. Warwick. This is awesome. I love how he's crushing the planet in his left arm. Again, the connected ribbon. Okay, I'll live with that. I love the demon key hand on his arm. Love that. Again, the gate, awesome theme. Sorry, I burped. Becoming Super Saiyan when he's fast. That's a nice one. Overall, is that also, hold on, are these, yeah, 1300s. Come on, 1300s. I would give this solid 8 out of 10 as well. Now, because it looks good. It looks good. We'll come back to that later. A 9 is a possibility. I'll mention why. Now, Lux. Tell me about Lux. Tell me about Lux, chat, because this is This is something. That's exactly. Hold on. Who said it? Who said it? Someone said it. I need to look at it. I'll have like double chat here for a second. Someone said it. I think I missed it already. Another Lux skin. That is true. That is absolutely what's happening here. It is just another Lux skin. It doesn't feel unique. I get that they try to go with something different, like the wings on shoulders, stuff like that. It doesn't feel... I like that like on one side there's like Nasus, the other side of the staff is supposed to be Warwick. I don't even know if the ends are different. No, they are the same wolf. They should have gone with Warwick and Nasus on either side. I mean, this is like the Nasus doggy and the Warwick doggy. She has like two little pets that like come from the staff. However, the staff is the same in game. I would go with Elementalist Lux, and I would pick the Lightning thingy skin, and it's exactly the same. It's just it's missing variety here. You need to seriously, if you want to give Lux another skin, you seriously need to go something like Demon Lux. You know, something that is absolutely different than what was there before. Bewitching Lux, the same one that we had for Nidalee. Do that with Lux, you know, give her a little head, people will think it's not Farah. Mercy. People will think it's Mercy, sure. This one, no. Lux, you're getting a solid 3 out of 10. Because I don't like you. Now, to the reason why I said that those skins that we looked at before could be potential 9s is because they gave them variety. Chemtech Lux. That's a good one. Potential 9 out of 10s, and I think these are 9 out of 10s because they gave them variety. One thing I hate about this, and Riot, I don't know if it has changed. General chroma pricing available here. I don't know if this changed, but I hate the fact that you have to buy the basic skin and then buy the chroma. Why can't I just buy the chroma version of that skin? Because this is an awesome color scheme. The red and gold. This is okay-ish. There's just too many colors. There's blue, red, white, weird blue, gold, and too many colors. This is like the classic Chinese color, like the somewhat washed out blue and pink. So I get that. This is just insanity. But the red and gold, love that one. Absolutely love that one. The Warwick is very similar. I would also probably go from these colors. I would go like this one isn't bad. He looks very demonic with the gray hand, but I would ultimately go for the red one as well. Or I don't know. Actually, I think hold on. I think the base one is better. Yeah, the base one is probably better. I don't like the Nasus. Base Nasus. Eh. The red Nasus is better, but yeah. Also, the Lux Chromas, right? Red one, yeah, that's okay. Jade, that's okay. Pink, okay, and then like this is just the Elementalist Lux, and this is just the same one as this one. It's just, I don't know. The color schemes are nice. It's just the base idea of that. Then we got the gold skins. Vlabadim badaboom. I think we saw all that. Also, I love how the gates change as well. I love that. But yeah, absolutely agree with you, Dragon Conqueror. The Lux Chromas are basically, they are very similar to the Elementalist Lux. The golden skins, those are nice. I'm thinking if I would even get one of them. I probably wouldn't. I'm using different skins on all of them. A bunch of icons. Again, why do people pay for icons? Why do people like willingly give money for icons? I don't know. It's something like you can only show your friends, really. So I just don't get it. Also, there are two of these two icons. These two icons are coming to PvE, and I don't know what they are for. They could be like a new recruit a friend or something like that. Because they both look like something that would be in the UI of like a program. I don't think they are related to a champion or to a program. Oh, sorry, not to a champion or a story. I think this is something internal. We'll see what that is. Bunch of LCS. I don't really care about that. We got wards. We got emotes. From these emotes, I don't really like any. I'll get the cute puppies, maybe one of them. Sure. I don't like those, but this this is nice. We got new Baron, we got new Hextech crafting now. But sure, Hextech crafting is usually these will give you a lot of hex crystals, so that's fine. We got new skins for Misfortune, or not new skins, just the art. Who is this? Is this Mafia Graves? Is that Braum? Is that Mafia Braum? Does Braum doesn't have a Mafia skin, does he? That looks a lot like Braum. Shaved beard and only mustache. That's not Graves, Mafia Graves, is it? Because I don't know who that is. This looks like Braum, and this is Twitch. Mafia Twitch. Login screens, we saw that. Let me quickly go back to blah 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 blah. There was one more thing that I missed last time. The gameplay. This is what I missed in my last. This is in my last news. This was announced like at the end of my video there. Nah. Are you doubting that I don't know it's Mafia Misfortune, the middle one? I know it's Mafia Misfortune. Whoever was next to her, that was that was Braum or Graves. I edited this because this was added in just as I was editing the video, so I put this one in. The Hecarim is now going away, but the Chinese side revealed new thingies. They revealed new minis. And I kind of like these. I hate minis in general because I just hate how they look weird. But I like the Talon. I don't know why. I like the Talon for some reason. The Talon is nice. There's also, you can see that. If I maybe hold on, I'll show you. There's Riven on that side. There's also Riven. But these are coming. Yeah. I own only the minis, the minifigures. I got Cho'Gath, I got Wukong, Bard, and Gnar. Because I don't like the humanoids, because I don't like their big heads, but creatures are fine, the chibis, yeah. The creatures are fine if they have big heads. This is awesome. They made official, I think those are not rings, I think those are bracelets. I'll show you, hold on. I think those are bracelets. For Valentine's Day, they made for like couples, they made 2 bracelets. I actually like those. I actually like those because one of them has like the skull, like the shoulder of Rakan, and the feathers, and the other one has the, can't see my cursor again. The other one has the 2 tiny skulls that Xayah has on her leg, and the wings. I like these. All right, let's see. Dev Diary. Did I talk about this video? Did I talk about Dev Diary in the news or not? Because I think I planned that one for the next news. I don't think I had I put that on. No, all right, no. I don't think there's a reason to go through that now. There's like nothing seriously new. Last thing we can do on this stream. Let's go through January sales. Let's rate the skins that are going on sale before we leave, because we've been here for an hour and a half, which is half an hour more than I expected. So, Fizz is a good skin. I like the Void maybe a little bit more. This skin, solid. I was about to say 8 out of 10, but I noticed that little guy on the right. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10 because those animations are awesome. Those animations are awesome. Also, hello everyone in the chat. I know that like we got a bunch of new people. I'm sorry, I need to blast through this so we can round it up. Also, that shark is not a shark, it's a dolphin, and he has laser eyes. It's a laser shark, alright? So this is a 9 out of 10. Also on sale, Tristana is fine. It's fine. That's like a solid 7. I think she has chroma skins. Alright. It's 8. It's an 8. 8 out of 5. 8 out of 5. Sure. The spells are nice. Good skin. I think she has chromas. Fine. Twitch. I like the Mafia more. Does he... This is a 6 out of 10 unless he puts on glasses when he's in stealth. He doesn't. It's a 6. Twitch, I'm giving you a 6. Yeah. Because it like lacks something. Vigar. This is a weird skin, alright? Because without his head or anything on his head, that skin looks strange. Also, it confirms that he's like a Dark Yordle. If this is canon, which it isn't. So yeah. The spells are nice. And considering that 5 out of 10 is a average skin, I'll give him 6. He's above average, right? He is above... that face. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. He's above average, he's a 6. And is that pretty much it for the January sales of the main things? Is there a list of the sales quickly? Just so I can go through... No, these are the early sales. Sales announcement. Let's go to sales announcement. Nope, that's all we got. So, that's all we got then. Yep. That is all we got, alright. So, this was a fun stream. If you want me to do more of these, I mean, absolutely, this is somewhat of a success. So, this is Grizzly Hills. If you want to know where this is the tree. What is the tree called? It's not Pandaria. That's Wrath of the Lich King. I could just like stream more when I wake up in the morning. This time would be perfect for me for streaming. I could stream a little bit of WoW while I talk about stuff, because what I like doing is that in my free time I just do quests in WoW, because I'm still working on my Lore Master title. I am still completing all the quests in the game. So I could do that while I like chill with the chat sometimes, but I want to do this show. I want this to be a regular thing. So hopefully that will be possible. And if people are good with the timing, just as Katana here, sure, why not? So I'll see next Tuesday, same time, same place. I'm sorry if you just joined, but I've been here for more time than I expected I would be here. So with that, I guess, thank you all so much for being here. And for supporting me. You know, I really appreciate it. I'll just check I know that some people will be at school and stuff like that. Let me quickly check if I missed like anything. If I missed anything. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I want to turn this into a regular thing. And yes, this will be uploaded on YouTube. Probably tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow. Because it's a long upload, so I'll upload it during the night so I can work during the day. So thank you all so much for being here and for watching and for your support. You know, I really appreciate it. And as always, thank you, come again.